I believe there is a warrior in you, a true warrior in you. I want to prove that to you. I want to prove that to you. If I ask you to come to look at these videos, it's because I know there is a warrior in you. We're going to start with how do you find the warrior within? This is what is happening with people out there, okay? We as men are walking out there without understanding what is it that it has been developed in our lives, our mindset, our values, our gifts, our talents. There's a lot of different things that if we understand about ourselves, is that we're going to understand what is it that we have to conquer. That desire that is in our heart to conquer, we believe that God put it in us. It is there because I can almost guarantee you that if it's from God, it's going to be aligned with everything we're going to be writing down here. And that's why I want to encourage you to find the warrior within. That's our calling, that's our purpose right here at the Ark, to help you understand this. Because we know that if we understand this, you will conquer. Because you will change the way that you think, you will change the way that you walk, you will change the way that you do pretty much everything. When you realize all of these things that are in you already. We always like to talk about the phone with a bunch of applications or all these things that your phone has that you don't even have a clue. All right, there's so much power on your phone that you're probably only having access to 20%. That's exactly what is happening with us. And what happened every time you find out that you have something new, a new tool, you realize that it was amazing because it's helping you accomplish things that you couldn't do before. Same thing when you become aware of all these things about you. And we look at the vision, and then you're going to understand, it's going to start making sense. And then you're going to start asking yourself, is God in the midst of this or not? That's the purpose, because we want you to understand that there is a calling, there is a purpose for you. We're going to start, this is going to be your main page. So the idea is for you to go to our website, which is www.aquarockcoach.com. We're going to put the link. So you're going to print this page first. And then we're going to print this one out, okay? This is the list of personal core values. How are we going to work with this one? It's very simple. You're going to go and you're going to read all of these values, okay? The things that are extremely important for us, that we are building our life based on these values. Humanity, we all move through these right here. So what you have to do is you're going to pick from this list the 20 most important values for you. All right, so you take a marker. Okay, I don't want to damage this page because I got to do other videos, but imagine this is it. You're going to pick one and you're going to circle. All right, so like we're doing it right here. You pick one and you circle the one that you want. You need to pick 20 from here. The ones that you know that these are aligned with you, that you know these things are extremely important for you. 20. So go ahead, do the work, and I'll be right back. So you pick 20 from here. From those 20, now you need to pick 10 that you're gonna let go. All right? Everything is like that in life. So from these ones that you circle, you're gonna pick 10 that you need to let go. And you only gonna be able to leave the other 10 that you consider that are more important for you. All right? While you're doing this, you're gonna understand and you're gonna start feeling that something is happening in you, that you are being taught something. So this is already gonna start doing a work in you. So go ahead, do the work, scratch 10, and I see you in the next video. Okay guys, so I'm sure you did the work already. You have to have 10 circle and 10 with an X. The next step is gonna get a little bit harder. Now you're going to go and you're going to grab a color, any color that you can fill the circle with, okay? But the ones that you circle, now that you have 10, you need to pick 5. The ones that are the most important for you. And what you're going to do is with the color inside, you're going to color the inside of those 5s. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use the orange. Use any color. Make sure you can read it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go pick your 5. The ones that you consider that are the most important ones. All right. So do the work, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay guys, I'm sure you're done with your work. So your paper has to look like this. You got the 20 circle, the 10 with an X, and then the 5 that you pick. Again, remember, your page looks more like this one, but I just happen to have this one with the different colors so you can see the difference. So what are you gonna do with these 5 values that you have? You're gonna go on this paper, right here. In the Warrior, you're gonna go to values, all right? And you're gonna transfer these 5 values right here. So you're gonna come here, you're gonna write down number 1. Over here, we had happiness, okay? Happiness right here. We had belief. We had honesty, nature, and pleasure. Believe it or not, it is amazing when you start seeing these things, how people think, the things that are important for them. So again, we're learning things, okay, together about you. I already did this work and it was amazing when I was able to understand a little bit more about me. So I know that you're done with your values right here. So the next step is gonna be a little bit harder. From those 5 values, you need to pick the one that is the one that you are willing to give your life for. It's very important for you that now that you're gonna pick this one, you need to understand that you better don't be trying to impress God, because He is the one that is trying to help you understand something that you don't understand about yourself. And it's not anything that is bad, it's something that is amazing. You need to get away from being so religious and trying to impress God and for the first time be completely honest, because He wants to prove something to you here. So from those 5, pick the one that is the most important, and you're gonna grab another color and you're gonna go around that color just to pick that circle that is the one that is really standing out for you. What you're gonna do is, that's if you circle this one, if this is the one that you pick, whatever says here, you're gonna put it right here where it says Warrior, right? You're gonna write it down. So go ahead, take your time, and I'll see you in the next video. So we're back. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna print this one out. It's gonna have your 5 years. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start thinking, which are the 5 main thoughts through your day for the last year? Start thinking the last year. Which are the main 5 thoughts that are in my head every day that are ruling my day, pretty much? Come up with those thoughts, put them in the place where you think they deserve to be, all right? In the place, if you have your thought, the most powerful one, if it's like worry about family, then you're gonna put it over here. And then the other one here, you pick, but look at the sizes of the gear and put the thought related to the size of that gear, all right? So do the work and I'll see you in a little bit. So what we're gonna do right now is you're gonna print this one out. Let me get this. When you look at it, you're gonna understand that we're trying to create to this right here. We're trying to pull out a feeling out of you, and at the same time, we're trying to pull a weapon out of you. Now you're gonna go sit down and you're gonna start thinking about your past. You're gonna go, again, we're talking to businessmen, so it is important that we're gonna go back to the first experiences that you had when you were working, your first jobs, and then your businesses. And you're gonna go back and you're gonna start thinking about the most powerful memories that you have, not the good ones, the ones that created fear, the one that created mistrust. You're gonna go back and you're gonna start thinking of all those memories that you have, one by one. The ones that are the most important ones. Remember, we're trying to pull the weapons. We're not much for the feelings. We just need to get the feeling in order to discover the weapon. So you're gonna give it a title, all right? So if you remember of someone that treated you really bad when you were at work, right? And then that comes up, you're gonna give that a title. Then you're gonna start thinking, which feelings did that experience develop in you? And you're gonna write the feelings, write as many as you can. If it was anger, hate, whatever it was, you're gonna do it again at work and in businesses. Then you're gonna start thinking, if we are trying to become this warrior and we are trying to discover what is it that we have to conquer, then with that in mind, with that mentality, we're gonna go and we're gonna try to get what was it that it was developed in us in order for us to conquer for the future. So this experience that it was so horrible with this title, now you want to pull out the feeling that it was generated. Unfortunately, that's what we bring from the past instead of bringing the weapon. But the feeling had to be there in you in order for us to be able to pick this right now. And you're going to write, what is it that God developed in you through that experience that is helping you to empower, to conquer for the future? So if this was resentment because somebody treated you real bad or somebody stole your position, then it was mistrust, it was angry, hate. But then what is it that you learned? What was the lesson? And then if the lesson was, oh, not to trust anyone, that it wasn't a lesson from God. That is a lesson for the flesh. So start thinking, what was it that God developed in you to conquer this thing that He's going to give you to conquer? So if it was wisdom, or if it was being more careful, or being aware of the people, or get to know the people, whatever it is, write it down as a tool, as a weapon, because we're going to feel this armory around here, around this warrior. All right? So when you find the weapon, the purpose is to go, and you're going to write it down here. Okay? Give it a short name to that weapon. So if it's control, security, if it's wisdom, whatever it is, you're going to write it down. All right? And you're going to do the same thing. If you have to do 30, 40, do it, because everything is gold. And if you need more room, start filling it out everywhere around. And then when you get more time, you print it out again and you make it really clear and really nice. I hope you're going to have the opportunity to print this warrior really big so you can put it in your closet after we finish doing the work. So again, the idea is to do this in the business and whatever happened in the workplace. It will be awesome if you're able to do it in your personal life since you were small. If you want to go deeper, if you're the kind of person that like to search, you're going to go deeper. And you're going to start thinking, since you were little, all these strong things that happen in your life, and you're going to give it a name. You're going to write down the feelings that develop, and then you're going to find the weapon within that feeling. So basically, we're going to the dark to find the light, because we left something there that is going to be a weapon that is going to help us right now. So if you can do it in personal and in business, it's going to be amazing and it's going to help you a lot. So again, remember, when you figure every single one out, you're going to fill out everything around the warrior, because it's going to be your armor. It's going to be all your weapon. It's going to be everything that you have been equipped in order to conquer this vision that God did give you or is going to give you. So do the work, take your time, and I see you in the next video. All right? The next exercise that you're going to do is you're going to go grab a piece of paper, a white piece of paper. We're going to call it a letter from the past. What you're going to do is you're going to take the time, you're going to sit down. If you can put at least an hour or half an hour to do this, you're going to do it. The idea and the purpose of this is for you to go back to your past. I want you to go back when you were a little kid. Now we're going to start thinking about the good things, but it's going to be specific things. We're going to think about the things that you used to love doing and the things that you used to hate doing. Like when I was a kid, I used to hate vacuum my room. I still do. Okay, that's why I try not to get involved with that. In life, I try to do the same things. The things that I hate, since I was small, I try not to deal with that. The things that I find out that I love and that I was good, that's exactly what I'm focusing in right now. Because the rest of my life, I want to invest it in the right things. That's one of the biggest things that I learned. So what are we going to be doing? What you're going to be is, you're going to be writing down from when you were small in school. Try to go to your first memories. And then middle school, then high school, then your first jobs, second, third, fourth, and then if you have a business, your businesses. All right? And this is extremely important. We're trying to find out, what is it that God is trying to talk to us? What is it that He wants us to understand? So we understand what is it that He's trying to help us do for the future. What is that vision? That's what we're trying to do. We're doing all this work so we can understand and we can become aware of what is it that God is trying to show us about this next vision that He's going to give us, or that He gave us already. So you're gonna go back and you're gonna start thinking, okay, when I was a little kid, I remember I used to love dancing. Myself, I could be standing in a mirror the entire day dancing. So I wrote down, I used to dance. I used to love dancing. The reason, because it made me happy, because I was really good at it, and because it will allow me to connect with other people. So I wrote it down. Which things that I used to hate when I was small? Which things that I hate doing? Activities like I just mentioned to you, cleaning the house and doing all the things that everyone's supposed to do. I used to hate those things. And it was a pain. But I wrote it down. Then in school, I used to like singing and dancing. Every time there was an opportunity, I was singing and dancing. Then what is it that I did like about singing and dancing? Well, I love singing, I love dancing, but what I truly loved the most, it was the attention and how I will impact people through doing these things. And I just came aware of this the other day praying. The question came to me, what was it that you liked so much about that? And I was like, whoa, I liked the way that I was transferring that energy to people, how I was impacting their lives. And it's in that moment that I understood more about the ark. I've been trained for this since I was small. And I just realized this not too long ago. So you're going to write down, okay, again, you're going to go to when you were in middle school, when you were in high school, to your first jobs. What is it that you did like? What was it that you were really good at? Which were the things that you hated? And which were the things that you were like really bad at it? When we start becoming clear of these things, the future is going to be real clear and it's going to make a lot of sense. And you're going to realize that God has a purpose in the midst of all that pain and of all that development, all right? So after you're finished with all of that, what I want you to do next is you're going to grab 2 markers. Let me bring 2. And then you're going to pick one color and you're going to start highlighting all the things that you did like. All the things that you did like, you're going to highlight. All the things you were good at, you're going to highlight. And these are the things that are going to start becoming clear to us. And then you're going to go with another marker. Try to find, make sure that you're going to be able to see what is it that you're marking after you do it, right? Because we're going to be pulling all that information out. Then you're going to go and you're going to mark the things that you didn't like. You're going to highlight them. And the reason why, right? So now we're having all this documentation from your past. But guess what? We are going for the goal. We're going to find out the things that you truly, truly like your entire life since you were small. The things that you were good at since you were small. Again, remember, you have to do it school, jobs, businesses. And when you get to these ones, you're going to start thinking, which are the things in everything that is marked in orange. You're going to start thinking, which are the things that are like. And you're going to go with a different marker. And you're going to start marking the things that are making sense to you, that a pattern that it has always been there. So if you like creativity, you're going to start circling creativity. If you find that you have to circle it in 5 different areas in the things that you were good and the things that you like, then you're going to pick that. If there's another one that you probably circle 6 different times, then you're going to do it. If there's another one that you probably did it like only 2, then do it. Don't judge this for right now. Just go circle all this pattern that you're seeing your entire life. And what you're going to do is the ones that stand out the most. Like these are talents that you have. Talents. Things that you are good at. Things that you're good at. If it's dancing, dancing. Or if it's promoting, promoting. If it's creativity, creativity. If it's designing, designing. And you're going to start pulling all these things out. And you're going to write them down here where it says talents. Okay, you're going to write them down. If you need more, write them in the back. Not a problem. But you're going to start writing the 5 things that you are amazing at. So when you look back right here, you're gonna pull those 5 things that you know you are really, really good at. And you're gonna write them down in order. Alright, then after you do this work, you're gonna put this video in pause, and I see you in the next one. Okay guys, so I'm sure you did the work, and what we're gonna do next is, you're gonna go to www.aquarockcoach.com, and you're gonna go, website, it says, click here to find out your gifts, alright? So your gifts, you're gonna take that test. So when you go to our website, you go to forms, right in the middle of the page, you're gonna find that link that is gonna take you to another website, to another company that they are amazing at helping you find these things. It's because we need to understand these gifts that God has given you, but in order for you to have those gifts, you pretty much had to walk with Him for some time already, like through the process of serving Him and so. But if you haven't, take it. You never know. Something might probably come up. Once you understand your 5 main gifts, you're gonna come back here and you're gonna write them down here. Once you do that, I see you in the next video. Ciao. Okay, so what we're doing next is, you're gonna go and you're gonna print this form, same place. And when you have it, and the next thing you're gonna start doing is, you're just gonna start thinking, what is it that God has been speaking to you lately? What is that vision? What is that goal that you want to accomplish, that you know that it comes from Him? All right, and if you haven't received that yet, then it's time to get in your closet, start putting some music, and start seeking what is it that He is trying to show you. Because if you're watching this video, it's with a purpose. You're gonna ask God to help you, give you the wisdom and the understanding for that vision that you're gonna be getting from Him. And open your heart and open your mind to see what is it that He's going to show you. All right, and whatever comes up, you need to start trusting what He's putting in your heart. Again, this is for men of faith that have families, that believe in the Creator, all right, that have a business. So this is the plan, all right? He's gonna give it to you. It's gonna seem to be this easy, right? So you're gonna go and print out the form so you can look at it. If it doesn't look really good from far away, it's not the camera, all right? It's the copy that it didn't come out the way I wanted it. But anyway, it's this one right here, okay? So when you print it out, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna look at this form right here, because the plan that is gonna be given to you, it's gonna sound like it's something simple and easy to get, like everything in life. Every time we dream about something, we think it's this easy, but then when we go through the process, that's when people start quitting, right? How many times, how many people do you know that they started something, a dream, and they quit before even they got to the first obstacles? Some others here, some others here, some others here, but they never had the opportunity to get to this place over here and understand that the purpose of getting here, it was to develop and to grow us. This is precisely what is happening with the ark. I was given the vision, and it seems to be this easy, and I was so excited. And then I started doing it, and then I realized that it was very similar to everything else that I went through in the past in business. But then when I did this work that I'm talking about, that's when I became conscious that I was growing and developed to be able to conquer that goal, because I already did it in the past. I wasn't aware because I didn't take the time to go back and evaluate and do the work that we're doing. But once I did it, everything started making sense. So what you're going to do is, you're going to write down the goal. You're going to write it out here. What's the vision that God gave you? What is that goal that He gave you in your closet? And then you're going to start thinking, okay, this is going to be in life. This is how it's going to be. In the spiritual, it looks like this, but to bring it down to earth, you're going to have to walk it like this. Now, does this vision or this idea, does it make a little bit of sense with everything that I wrote down here? With all the experience that I got, all these treasure weapons that I got from the past, from my values, for the one thing that I really value the most, with my gifts, with my talents, if this is aligned with that, I tell you that the probabilities that this dream or goal is from God is very high. There is one more thing that we need to do, okay? Now, after you look at this dream, after you know the way that it's going to run, and after you understood more about yourself, we have one more thing to do. We need to fill out the mindset. What is the kind of mindset that this warrior is going to need to conquer this dream and this goal? And again, you need to pray about it. You really need to stay in your closet and wait until God shows you something. I don't care if you need to put music, you need to stay there, you need to listen, and you need to stay quiet. So you start praying, you start seeking, and then it gets to a point that you're going to stay quiet and you're just going to let Him put something in your heart, in your mind, that you're going to trust. And if you're a man of faith, you already know if that comes from God or if that's the flesh. So again, you're going to start thinking, what's the mindset that you need? And you're going to go and you're going to print this one again. I don't want to change it because I want you to keep this in mind. You're going to print this one again. One more. Because you need to start thinking. I'm going to wait for a little bit. So you go print that and we come back in a little bit. Now, in this one, you're going to understand that in order for you to be able to conquer that dream that God has given you, because He already prepared you for that, now you're going to tell me which are the 5 main thoughts that have to be in your head every single day for the next year. So again, look at the one that you filled out before and you saw the outcome that you were creating. All right, now this one has to be completely different. You're not going to change the values. You're going to leave the values because the values are something good. It's nothing wrong with that. Your values are going to change the more you start walking through this process of faith. But for now, you start thinking, which are the 5 main thoughts that I will have to have in my mind in order for them to rule every day. Like myself, I wrote right here on my paper, I wrote the dream. I have to think about my dream. I gave it the name. I knew that I had to have this thought of staying focused. I have to tell myself, you need to focus. And what focus meant to be is that I needed to learn and to do anything that it was related to that dream that I needed to achieve. I also wrote persistent because I knew that I had to be persistent every day. I could not quit. I had to believe. I also wrote faith. I remember that it was from God, so I need to have the faith that He gave me the dream, that it was completely aligned with what He did in me. And for that reason, now I need to trust Him and I need to have faith. So now you start thinking, which are the 5 main thoughts that need to be in your mind every single day? And whatever you do, you're going to make these thoughts become more real in you. So if it's faith, whatever you think, whatever you hear, whatever you talk is related about faith. You do whatever it takes to feed this new pattern of thinking in order to achieve this goal that God has given you. So once you have that clear, now you're going to come up here to the mindset and you're going to write down which are the 5 main thoughts. Hope that you take the time to print these out really big so you can see it every day. And you're going to print this one too. And you're going to write down the vision. And you're going to be clear and you're going to have understanding of what is going to take to conquer that. Remember, you have different flags right here. You can also add another one, a little one over here. This is what they call markers. Like when you're doing a ski, you see those flags. These are like markers that are showing how far you're going or the road that you have to take. So keep in mind and always remind yourself that these little flags is a reminder that you are going in the right direction. So every time for the next 12 months, you can put 12 months this to achieve this goal. And every 3 months, You just put a little mark over here if you already achieved that one. And then another 3 months, another 3 months, another 3 months. And you need to remember that you always have to check where you at. You need to read this again, look at it again. And you need to remember that you were designed to conquer this. God is not going to give you something that you are not designed to conquer. Again, I hope that you are 30 years and above that. 30 years and older. If you're younger, we can help you. But I just love to work with people that are 30 years and more. Because we can dig a lot. And we can really find this purpose. Because we have a lot of information. If you're younger, we're going to be able to do it as well. But then again, remember, God works different with everyone. If you're younger, He's going to give you something else for later on to give you something to conquer. So for when you get older. I see it happening all the time. It doesn't necessarily have to be with you. He can probably give you a vision since you're young. We see it in the Bible all the time. So again, I hope that this is helping you guys because it's something that it totally transformed me completely. It really helped me to start a really powerful journey of faith. So remember, once you finish with this, once you finish with this work, then you can send us a text or you can send us a comment through Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. You already know our channels. They are on our website. You tell me, Carlos, I did all the work. I have the vision and I have everything about the warrior. If you send me this, you take a picture of this one and you send them to me, then we will walk with you for days for free. We help you one-on-one get into this next level. The purpose of the ark being here is everything that we just spoke about. Is to help you empower, to understand that you are a warrior, that you have a mission, and that you need to conquer for God. Because one of the things that we stand out for is Matthew 25. You see God, you understand your design, and then you serve the world. And He's going to give you something to do for Him. And we are completely convinced that if you're watching this video, it's because He is ready to start working with you. So remember guys, stronger is the man that conquers his spirit than the one that conquers a city. Ciao! You will set the goals. We will be there to support. Remember that stronger is the man that conquers his spirit than the one that conquers a city. Ciao.